Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is December 19th, 2024, and the Super League have announced a new format again. Also, Barcelona making it very clear that they had absolutely nothing to do with Cardoso Varela's weird exit out of Porto. And finally, one of the most promising French players has declared that he wants to play for Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Now I begin this video with the news that the Super League has once again announced a new format. Now, as you might recall, the Super League, when they first launched, they announced a league that would be made up of 20 teams. 12 of them were the founder teams, which are the best clubs out of their respective leagues. You know, the 6 best out of the Premier, the 3 best out of the Italian League, and the 3 best out of the Spanish League. These 12 founding members would be the permanent members, with the other 8 teams out of these 20 qualifying, every season. And of course, this caught a lot of backlash, and this format immediately collapsed 72 hours after it was announced back in April 2021. And as such, the Super League had to go back to the drawing board, and then they had to reformat their style, where they announced 64 teams total rather than 20, and instead of permanent teams, it was all based on qualification. And it was pretty much the same format that the Champions League is now. If anything, UEFA copied what the Super League had announced last December 2023, when the Super League won those very important court cases saying that UEFA and FIFA cannot restrict the existence of the Super League. Well, since then, we haven't heard anything, and now the Super League has once again rebranded itself. They are now called the Unified League, and once again, they have reformatted themselves. And this is what the league will look like. The new Unified League will have a new system where clubs qualify for the competition based on annual domestic performance, which aligns with the UEFA definition of the European sport model of open competition. The new men's unified competition would feature 96 European clubs. So instead of 64, it's now 96. Divided across 4 leagues. It used to be 3 leagues. Now it's 4 leagues: Star, Gold, Blue, and Union. During the league stage of the competition, clubs play each other within their groups, 7 at home and 7 away, resulting in 14 matches per club each season. Clubs that finish within the top 4 of their respective groups in Star and Gold will qualify for the quarterfinals, while in Blue and Union, it's the top 2 in each group that will qualify to the final 8. So pretty much the same format as the Champions League, kind of group stages, then you qualify to knockout stages, etc. The only difference is it would be made up of 96 teams divided across 4 groups or 4 leagues, where the Champions League only has 1 league, and I think it's 36 clubs now. Anyways, it looks like the Super League are trying really, really hard, but it looks like it's not going anywhere. And this is, of course, Florentino Perez's project. So, hey, anything related to him, I really hope it fails. Anyways, on to the news that Barcelona have made it very clear that they had absolutely nothing to do with Cardoso Varela's weird exit out of Porto. Now, we talked about Cardoso Varela, I think it was 2 days ago, but he's a 16-year-old left winger, one of the most promising Portuguese talents, which Barcelona are very close on signing. Deco has met with the player and his agents on several occasions. The player has been seen touring La Ciudad Esportiva, and it's expected that Barcelona will sign this promising young talent for Barça Athletic. However, Barcelona have made it very clear that they had absolutely nothing to do with his recent weird exit. Now, Cardoso Varela came out of the Porto Academy. He was supposed to sign for the Croatian side. It's a club called, and I hope I say this correctly, Dinamo Ordanski Obrez. He actually flew to Croatia, landed there with his agents, and right when he was about to sign for this club, well, nothing happened, and instead his agents started offering him around to all the clubs around Europe. And then that's when he was, realized that this was just a stopgap, because the player wasn't 16 years old yet. So he had, came up with this whole excuse that he's going to Croatia to sign for another Croatian club, just to wait to turn 16 and then sign for, get an actual professional contract And that's when his agent started offering him around. And this is when Barcelona became interested. Now, Barcelona have reached out to Porto and made it very, very clear they had absolutely nothing to do with this stunt. That Barcelona did not become interested in this player until his agent started offering him. So after this whole fiasco, of course, Barcelona making this very clear because they have a really good relationship with Porto. And the last thing they want to do is ruin that relationship. Anyway, speaking of young, talented players, let's talk about the most promising French player who has declared his desire to play in Barcelona. But before that, I want to remind you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to hit the Goal Kids, Kit Bag, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are down below in the description. You click on them, you get access to some pretty cool special deals and offers. And of course, you would be supporting this channel just like you do when you hit the like button, you subscribe, and you drop a comment. Anyways, let's go back to the news because we do have to talk about one of the most exciting talents in France right now, which is no other than this guy you see on your screen, Magnus Akliosh. I hope I said that correctly, but he's a 22-year-old right winger who currently plays for Monaco. You might remember him because he's the guy who scored Monaco's first goal against Barcelona in the Champions League, which so far has been the only defeat that Barcelona has faced in the European competition, and hopefully it remains that way. And since that match, Magnus has been soaring, has scored 9 goals so far, and he's considered one of the most exciting talents currently in the Ligue 1. And while it's been revealed that the French player actually would love to come and play for Barcelona, in the recent interview, he said the following: as well as playing for Monaco, I would like to play for Barca. Now, when asked about who was his ultimate, idol, he said Messi because he's the best player in the world. And he also was asked who was the most underrated player in the world, and he said Sergio Busquets. So Magnus making it very clear that it would be his dream to play for Barcelona. Of course, for that to happen, I think a lot of things have to align. First of all, I think Magnus, who's having a spectacular season first, has to prove himself a little bit more. Just having a few good months is not enough to play in Barcelona. If he continues to be consistently good, then maybe someone Barcelona could consider. And of course, there's the problem of his price. He has a 40 million euro market value. His contract doesn't expire until 2028. So that means Monaco would want some serious money for him. But what do you guys think? Do you think Magnus maybe could be someone that Barcelona could reinforce their squad with down the road? Yes, no, why not? Let me know down below. Now, speaking of more talented youngsters, let's talk about Jamal Musiala, because as you know, the young Phenom is currently in negotiations to renew his contract with Bayern Munich. Of course, he has been linked several times with Barcelona, and more so now with the recent statements that he made when he said the following: when I was a child, I had several jerseys, and I always wore Messi's. I had one of Neymar's, but Messi was my hero, my favorite player. Barcelona was my reference team, my favorite team. I had a Messi jersey. The midfield with Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets fascinated me. I could watch their games over and over again. Now, this, of course, has, caused a lot of rumors in the media, saying that Jamal Musiala is not going to renew with Bayern. He's going to come to Barcelona. And these rumors have even been amplified by the following statements that Jamal Musiala said about his renewal with Bayern Munich, when the young German said, unfortunately, I can't give the fans a Christmas present. Of course, talking about Bayern Munich fans. There won't be any news in the near future. All in all the parameters that contribute to this big decision have to feel good and right for me. So again, these statements saying that he doesn't have a Christmas gift for the Bayern Munich fans, and the fact that he said that Barcelona was always his favorite team growing up, has led a lot of media outlets saying that Jamal Musiala is snubbing Bayern to come to Barcelona. I've seen some big media outlets like Bein Sports saying this. And while I'm here to tell you, there's absolutely no truth to that. Jamal Musiala will renew with Bayern Munich. He's in negotiations to renew with Bayern Munich. All his statements meant was that the renewal is not going to be done by Christmas. Christmas is only 4 or 5 days away. And that, his renewal is going to take some time, probably by next year. But that doesn't mean he's not renewing. In fact, he just made statements saying that he wants to, continue at Bayern. He wants to build his legacy at Bayern. He wants to contribute to Bayern's legacy. So no, Jamal Musiala is not coming to Barcelona. He's not subbing Bayern. He's most likely 99.99% renewing with Bayern Munich, and I don't think it's right to mislead people. I could have easily made, a headline. Jamal Musiala coming to Barcelona, put it on the thumbnail, came here and told you, oh, look at these statements, he's for sure coming, but I don't think that's right. So just know that no, Jamal Musiala is not coming to Barcelona. There's no way that Barcelona can afford him. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did do another video, or upload another video in a few moments ago, so make sure you check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, peace, Cardoso.